How Blizzard died. Oh, guys, this looks kind of interesting, though. This is kind of interesting.
Just a few years ago, Blizzard was one of the most beloved companies in gaming. They were the masterminds who made one of the biggest games of all time. They basically created esports as we know it, and then they tried to change what it meant to be an esports pro forever.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna go and disagree.
And then they tried to change what it.
Okay, yeah, he said they tried. Yeah, they tried. It seems like Blizzard, guys. The big problem is that Blizzard always wanted to do the things the Blizzard way, right? And whenever they tried to gain esports, that was yeah, we'll do esports, but this way all the time. And that was one of the big reasons for their failures in esport is that it had to be their way.
Meant to be an esports pro forever. But as poor decision after poor decision began to unravel the community's trust in their favorite developer, the ugly truth became obvious.
It is a company that is so far out of touch and so corrupt that it's gross.
Because there were signs things were a little bit weird, right? We were being told everything was going great.
It is not fun. It is not skill. It is fucking bullshit.
The agency alleges that male employees play video games during the workday while delegating responsibilities to female employees, engage in sexual banter, and joke openly about rape, among other things.
All of this is awful to hear about, and it's completely normal to feel hurt and betrayed and disgusted, especially from a company like Blizzard that many people still idolized and aspired to.
The Blizzard we all knew and loved died a long time ago.
Guys, this is tough. This is tough because in games and with products, whatever, people will idolize the creative, the production of Blizzard, but it's like not the company, but the things they have done that people buy into, you know? So it's kind of tough, you know?
Hey folks, before we get to the video, I just want to remind you all to please sub to the channel and turn on notifications if you haven't done it yet, because it really does help. Okay, so back in the day, Blizzard was on top of the world. An entire generation of gamers grew up playing Warcraft, Diablo, and StarCraft. Every new release wasn't just a hit, it was a revolutionary new approach to a genre. Blizzard's name on any game was basically ironclad proof of quality.
They always had the reputation too, where it was like, we'll release it when it's ready. And it was kind of a joke in the gaming community, right? Because like, it's like, oh, it's delayed. But you knew when it came out, it was going to be really good. So it was worth it, you know?
Guys, in gaming, Blizzard literally trademarked the word soon, okay? Whenever they'd say something, soon.
All over the world,
it was like
Blizzard's games were changing the industry. StarCraft became a huge hit in Korea, leading to the development of a massive esports scene that eventually went global.
The team was trying to create the most serious, intense strategy game they possibly could. And there was no sort of expectations. And then I think Blizzard became very aware. Like, oh, this is what this could be.
And years later, with the launch of the Overwatch League, it seemed like a career in esports wasn't just possible, it was basically like landing a spot on a professional sports team.
These guys are getting paid to do this. The league minimum is 50 grand a year?
Yes.
And how high does it go potentially?
So there currently isn't a salary cap. So the scale is as good as, and is, to me, demand of the players. So the reality is I don't see these guys any different, and these players any different than a LeBron James, a Stephen Curry. They are the elite of the elite at what they do globally.
For years, no one could compete with Blizzard. Their games had legions of adoring fans all over the world, a ton of exciting new projects were coming down the pipe, and for many of Blizzard's employees, working for them was a literal childhood dream come true.
And all of a sudden this email pops up and it's from Blizzard Entertainment. And I'm like, and it was a recruiter here and he said, would you be interested in taking our test for Blizzard Entertainment? I was like, yeah, it's been my dream job since I was 12 years old.
But it turns out that behind the scenes, that dream was more of a nightmare. And the cracks in the facade began to show a lot earlier than many of us realized. In 2008, Blizzard facade began to show a lot earlier.
Seems like they have popsicle at the office.
Than many of us realized. In 2008, Blizzard merged with Activision, creating a new entity known as Activision Blizzard. But it wasn't just the company's name that changed. See, even while Blizzard were releasing some of their biggest, most beloved games, it seemed like they were getting further and further away from their founding principles. games for gamers by gamers, where every voice mattered.
I love what you've guys done with Little Crest. I love the fact that you have a lot of very strong female characters. However, I was wondering if we could have some that don't look like they've stepped out of a Victoria's Secrets catalog.
What?
Wait. Which catalog would you like them to step out of?
Blizzard was slowly but surely losing their connection to the people they made their games for, and tone-deaf decisions followed one after another.
It is a company that is so far out of touch and corrupt that it's gross. And then they merged with Activision to form Activision Blizzard, and it was like the Power Rangers coming together to make a Megazord of pure filth. It'd be like combining dog shit and horse shit and then creating the ultimate pile of shit, which is Activision Blizzard.
And Blizzard's leadership was also ignoring the community's pleas for the sorts of games they actually wanted to play.
Oh no,
or
the Garrison
for the things they wanted
incident.
to see in those games.
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
No. And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
Mists of Pandaria bled subscribers so hard that it was still shocking, even after Cataclysm got people used to the idea. While it only lost a few 100,000 in the first quarter, second quarter of this expansion, really it led to a fall of 1.3 million subscribers.
That's
the game's
insane.
largest yet. Of course, no game developer is safe from criticism.
Oh my god. Sammy? Dude, someone's touching my legs, the fucking dog, man. Dude, the dog snuck in and instead of going to the desk, it touched my leg, man.
But it seemed like the folks over at Blizzard thought they were beyond reproach. As if they'd been told they could do no wrong for so long, they actually started to believe it. And if you need any—
Show dog. Bunny. Bunny, look, come here, look. Brownie. Yeah, cutie. And his little face. Okay. It's nice doggy.
Proof of that? Look no further than the disaster that was the Diablo Immortal announcement.
Diablo Immortal. We are so excited about this game. If you want to know more, we'll be back here on the Mythic stage in just a few minutes.
Oh no.
For those of you who are here at BlizzCon, thank you. We are going to have... Sorry.
Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
You can play on your tablet too.
Shocking absolutely no one but Blizzard, fans of a franchise that redefined PC action RPGs.
I'm just confused how they didn't rehearse this like behind the scenes and see, okay, this is clearly gonna happen. How do we get around the problem that people are not gonna clap? Obviously, these people are gonna get mauled and shit. Like, how did nothing about why was this not a discussion?
Weren't exactly interested in a mobile game.
It seemed like they were surprised, like, oh guys, why aren't they clapping? Oh my god, guys, why are they saying boo? Like, this is so obvious though.
The whole thing felt like a slap in the face.
20 fans.
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
I mean, you've got to know you f***ed up when people at your own... you've got to know you f***ed up when people at your own convention are booing you, right? But things were about to get a lot worse for Blizzard. Back in 2016, a few years before the Diablo Immortal debacle, Blizzard announced its boldest undertaking yet, a multi-million-dollar professional esports league for one of its most popular titles, Overwatch. Fans could attend matches live in person or watch them on Twitch. When the league finally got underway in 2018, Blizzard was selling out their studio games, bringing in big name talent from all over esports, and the people loved it. It looked like Blizzard did it again, but behind the scenes, things had already started to go sideways.
Guys, I don't think the venue ever sold out. Okay.
In February 2019, Blizzard announced their record-breaking fourth quarter earnings, and in a shocking twist, a wave of mass layoffs to go along with those earnings.
Because there were signs things were a little bit weird, right? Where at the end of the first season, we had blown all of our, that we knew of, all of our viewership metrics out of the water. We were being told everything was going great. And then at the end of the year, they were like,
it had drops and embedded. The guys. A broadcast has a trifecta if you wanted to. Okay.
Mobile MVP xQc.
Okay, for your metrics, you're gonna have the broadcast. Let's get back. The content brings a lot of viewers. Then you have drops that bring viewers, and then you have embedded viewership, which literally inflates your stats. So of course they blew metrics out of the waters. They were completely skewed, guys. The metrics were completely skewed.
Like, and how would you like a pay cut too? And we're like, well, that's a little bit strange.
And it seemed like the same thing was happening over on Twitch's end.
I was not able to speak publicly about Owl while I worked at Twitch.
Sorry, but Rami, come on. She's eating my fucking fried rice, man.
Obvious reasons. But you better believe that I was the guy in every fucking meeting going, this is stupid and you're all stupid. It did not feel good. I'll tell you why it didn't feel good. Because that league cost a lot of fucking money. And a year later, 11 of my fucking staff was laid off.
Then in 2020, Blizzard inked a 3-year deal with YouTube, tanking the league's viewership numbers in the process.
Is it the same budget though?
Dude, there's also a big change that the Overwatch League is just gonna die completely. Like that's a big change. Yeah. And when I mean dead, I mean 50k viewers.
The people that made that deal didn't understand the nuance of where a game lives as far as where people prefer to consume that game's content. And while I think that in an ideal world, Overwatch could have certainly grown on YouTube, and it has grown on YouTube. You know, it took time, but at the moment, that was a step back for sure.
Meanwhile, the game itself was increasingly plagued by bizarre balance issues.
I'm still gonna say to this day, okay, people can still say that I don't know what I'm talking about or whatever, okay, and whatnot. I will die on this hill, okay. We never actually saw the legitimate metrics for the actual league because of all the inflated stats from either embedded or drops. Nobody even knew what the league was worth on its own without inflation. Nobody knew, dude. I had an idea because I had a contact at MLG who leaked the numbers of how many viewers that they got on opening day, because they had a deal where they would broadcast the first day of the league on MLG instead of on Twitch, right? And that caught the world by surprise because the biggest day or whatever was going to be on MLG, and some of the people that worked there told me how many viewers that it gathered, and I'm not gonna say what it is because I can't. But still, the numbers were catastrophic. So it was obvious from the get-go that it was gonna be a disaster, right? And that gives you a hint of how many people are actually engaged with the product. That gives you a very good idea of how many individuals, right, are going to be part of your world, right? Interact with it in a meaningful manner, because that's how many people are going to move from a platform to another. How many people are going to manually go somewhere, you know, for your league, and it was really bad, okay. And the fact this was completely ignored, and it's whatever, dude. It's just
many of its most prolific pros into retirement or seeking opportunities elsewhere.
Well, Goats is dead, and now it's just.
So it says that nobody uses MLG. That's what you need to worry. That's how you need to understand it. When you make a product, it is not how many people used that thing that people are going to go on. It's how many people are going to interact with my product. It's not about MLG doing bad. It's about you doing good that matters the most, right? It's not about them as a platform. It's about you as a product. That's the main concern, because it doesn't matter how good the platform is. If your product is good, people will go anywhere to consume the product. So if you go somewhere else and nobody goes there, it's not only that the platform sucks, it's that your product sucks and you can make it better.
Sniper, and
Yeah.
that's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Or, oh, now everybody's just going to play McCree. And at a certain point, I'm like, what the hell do you people want?
So, in other words, you don't want them to eat all the ults in the game like D.Va?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
There are these moments of regret that you have as a game developer. And perhaps eating everybody's ult is one of those.
Maybe this is going to be a hot take. I think this shit is the worst thing to happen to Overwatch. This shit is f***ed up. It is not fun. It is not skill. It is fucking bullshit. It is dog shit. This is so bad. I don't know, because people are gonna say, oh, what about Brig release? Or what about fucking goats? Or no, this is so bad.
And all of those problems with Overwatch were only the tip of Blizzard's mounting issues. There was the highly controversial ban of Blitzchung, a Hearthstone player who voiced his support for the Hong Kong protesters during an official Blizzard stream.
Activision Blizzard. It has suspended a gamer and taken his prize money away because he made comments supporting Hong Kong protesters.
Then there was the disaster that was Warcraft 3 Reforged. The game looked, sounded, and
okay, guys. Blizzard dealt really bad with the Fallout and what they did from that point on, guys. But the problem is that man, I can't. This is canceled.
Worse than its older predecessor. Blizzard's famous commitment to quality was nowhere to be found. And competitively, a match between Thorzane...
Guys, people don't want to hear the truth, okay? You want me to tell you what the truth is, okay? You can get mad at me all you want. I don't give a shit. Get mad at me all you want. Yes, Blizzard mishandled the PR afterwards, but technically, okay, guys, you don't take political stances on a live broadcast that isn't about politics, and it's literally in contracts. Whenever you play for their game in a tournament, you sign documents on which you're not gonna do shit like that. Literally, black on white. When you're part of a broadcast, motherfucker, and you're part of a tournament or an infrastructure, it's not that your political stance is good and needed, is that it is just not the place and time, unfortunately. I understand that his take was right? But the problem is that they try to keep the broadcasts as politically void as possible by just being a broadcast about games. And when you do stuff like that, it opens the door to other stuff. And then who are you to say that somebody's opinion politically is better than another? This one is easy, right? Because everybody agree with it. But what if it's one that's a bit more nuanced? Can you say, oh guys, we're gonna allow this? What if it's, oh guys, vote for Trump, lol? And it's like, oh dude, but like guys, it becomes tough, man. It's tough, motherfucker. Like, it's a broadcast about games, man. Like,
Lane and Moon at DreamHack Anaheim 2020 had to be restarted 3 times because the game was just that broken.
We have no Breath of Fire, by the way. It is...
Human rights is not political. Everything is political. You will learn something in life, okay? That if you take one class of politics, you'll understand that everything in life is political. Everything. Almost, right? Life revolves around politics. Politics is like the basis of everything, okay? That's how it works, okay? So it's why it's so hard, because they try to keep the broadcast completely gaming based and nothing else, okay? And there are guidelines to prevent stuff from happening. So yeah, I understand. The take is correct. The person is right? But that's how it is, man. Why are you getting mad at me for telling the truth? I don't know what I want me to tell you. That's how it is.
Drunken Haze, so big mischance on these Dragonhawks and a disconnect.
I'm gonna assume Thorzane dropped, but I feel like Moon was on the way to holding this attack.
That was a disaster.
Ooh, wow.
That was
I don't need a Blood Mage, I don't need you. You're benched.
Once this...
And looks like another drop.
So, the games went to shit, Overwatch League was basically dead in the water, everybody thought that Blizzard was China's puppet. Surely things couldn't get worse. But as it turned out, Blizzard was about to hit a new low. On July 20th, 2021, after a 2-year investigation, the state of California filed a lawsuit against Activision Blizzard. In this lawsuit, multiple women who either used to or still worked at the company came forward, alleging sexual harassment, abuse, discrimination, unfair wages, and more.
The agency alleges that male employees play video games during the workday while delegating responsibilities to female employees, engage in sexual banter, and joke openly about rape, among other things. So they're making the girls do all of the work while they talk about rape and harassing them.
Many of these instances were allegedly reported to supervisors and higher-ups at the company.
Now, bitch doesn't mad at me, and I keep getting added into by a bunch of people that are getting mad at me for, is this political? Now, is this political? Dude, just stop, man. You're being a weirdo, dude. Stop being so fucking a little bitch-ass snowflake. No, fuck, shut up.
Many of these instances were allegedly reported to supervisors and higher-ups at the company, and yet no action was taken. To say that the gaming community was appalled and outraged would be a huge understatement.
Since I've been employed at Blizzard, I've been subjected to rude comments about my body, unwanted sexual advances, inappropriately touched,
Jesus,
subjected to alcohol-infused team events and cube crawls, invited to have casual sex with my supervisors, and surrounded by a frat boy culture that's detrimental to women.
One person who is named in this suit is Alex Afrasiabi, former senior creative director for World of Warcraft, who was permitted to engage in blatant sexual harassment with little to no repercussions. He was so known to engage in harassment of females that his suite was nicknamed the Cosby Suite, after alleged rapist Bill Cosby. How does a nickname like that come about? A nickname that everybody knows about, and the guy remains employed.
Needless to say, internally, Activision Blizzard had some serious changes they needed to make. But rather than a total overhaul of a deeply flawed company culture, they simply opted for a change in ownership.
Microsoft bought out Blizzard/Activision. Honestly, this is like some
Crosby? No, that's the guy that does hockey. He's a Canadian. He's one of our Canadian heroes, man. Sidney Crosby. He's a good looking guy. He's a good looking guy.
Disney level entertainment monopoly type shit. It's reported that the acquisition was for $70 billion.
You're basically comparing a known negative thing, right? Which is like Blizzard Activision, owned by Bobby Kotick, the fucking worst guy in the world, is on Epstein's black book, and you know they fire people and they're drinking their breast milk, and so it's like we know what that is. You know what I mean? Like we know what that is, and so now we're going into like completely unknown.
While it might seem that a tech monolith like Microsoft would swoop in and restore order, they're leaving things the same for now. The people most responsible for the alleged behavior at Activision Blizzard are still going to be in charge for the foreseeable future. On top of that, Microsoft doesn't exactly have the best track record when it comes to absorbing other companies and making them work. Let's not forget what happened to Mixer. Look, none of us know how this deal is actually going to work out in the end. But in the meantime, belief in Blizzard's integrity continues to sink amidst public scrutiny and ridicule.
It's really sad to see leadership kind of mishandle these situations over and over again. So I think a lot of people are just tired in that regard too. You know, I just feel like when the news of the lawsuit broke, I just kind of relived all of that at once. Like I feel like it just kind of like, I just got so angry. Like, wow, I lived.
Okay, let's be honest though. Okay. Mixer's one thing. Okay, but let's be honest though. Okay, Mojang is a completely different thing. Okay. Sometimes you're at a point of no return, kind of like Minecraft or Mojang, whatnot. Dude, you can't fail. Okay, nobody in the world could fail fucking Minecraft. It is global, undeniable, growing success. Okay, dude, come on now.
Lived through all of this, and here are the leaders at my company that I'm working for now saying that this doesn't happen here because I know it does. You know. So then I was just like, that's unacceptable, and we should own it and try to do better. That's what taking accountability and leading responsibly is.
There's no doubt that the old Blizzard is dead, and it's never coming back. But where does that leave us going forward?
All of this is awful to hear about, and it's completely normal to feel hurt and betrayed and disgusted, especially from a company like Blizzard that many people still idolized and aspired to. It's hard to stomach continuing to give them a sub fee or publicity when they've let this happen, especially considering their responses. On the other hand, I'm not convinced right now that boycotting Blizzard is going to be a direct help to the women that work there. For one, because a lot of those women still work there and have worked very hard on these properties.
I look at Blizzard like a dearly loved relative that is going through a very dark time, and you can't accept and condone some of the things they do, but deep down you still love them because they're family, and you wish the best for them, and you'll be there to help them out if they let you, you know. And so that's kind of how I view the whole thing.
At the end of the day, Blizzard isn't just inept leadership.
This guy's worked at Blizzard in multiple positions throughout like his entire professional life. So I think him he says that as like a partner. Like for them, it's their family. For you, you're a consumer. It's a different take. But you guys act like this guy's a consumer. You guys act like you're in the same position to call them something for you. Like it's a completely different perspective. Like what?
So that's kind of how I view the whole thing.
At the end of the day, Blizzard isn't just inept leadership and allegedly horrible internal behavior. It's a company that has been vastly important to gaming as a whole, and that continues to employ thousands of people who are passionate about what they do. Blizzard gave us more than just their games. They helped us form.
It's not just an employer. People relocate their lives. People dedicate years and build connections and friends and yes, family at the companies that they work at. That's how workplaces work, dude. It's what happens when you work a long time at a certain company. That's how it works. I know you probably worked at fucking whatever the fuck, Walmart, McDonald's for 3 months, and maybe you didn't make friends over there, you don't give a shit. But when adults that are older, sometimes some jobs of these magnitude, they have to relocate their entire lives to this. They go from one country to bring their entire family over there. That's how it is, and it becomes their everything, motherfucker.
Form some of our most precious.
So there's a problem with the company. It's not really their fault. Like, and it is what it is. Like, what the fuck?
Childhood memories.
They want to see the best in it.
Despite all the love and respect it once commanded, Blizzard is now also a glaring example of just how far even our most revered idols can fall.
Why are you saying stop getting baited? Why are you guys saying stop it? I'm not getting baited. I'm trying to tell you some things that are true. Some truers. Chat will spam with a mark and they'll say 1 equals chat. You're dumb, dude. You're dumb.
Chat is
actually dumb fucker. Actually, millionaire, take a low. Haha, that was so funny, dude. You know that at one time I didn't have a lot of money, and I did relocate my entire life for fucking Overwatch League. A leap of faith from mom's garage alone into some random fucking apartment with some people that I have never met before. Motherfucker, what are we talking about? Moron? Jubilee? Ninja Jubilee?